and the entire journey itself was extremely valuable. For instance, I sold at 2 local fairs, just like standing for 7 hours straight selling. I sold door to door for an entire summer in high school, and I even sold to llama farms. I didn't even know they existed.
Hey guys, welcome back to the College Lead YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about something a little bit different than the usual programming. I know that many of you are interested in startups and building your own business, and today we have a very special guest, Maggie. She is right now a senior in high school, but when she was a sophomore, she actually started her own small business. So this will be a really great opportunity to learn all about how do you even get that started, what are some challenges, and all of that. So Maggie, care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. So as Kristen said, I'm currently a senior in high school. I'm passionate about entrepreneurship, about social entrepreneurship, because I really want to make a big impact in my lifetime.
I love that. I love that. So let's start from the beginning. What inspired you to build Moodle, which is the name of your small business?
Mm-hmm. So I was really obsessed with squishies when I was younger. A close friend had introduced them to me back in 7th grade, and I basically fell in love right away. I experimented with a ton of squishy-related endeavors, such as starting this squishy YouTube channel and a squishy resale business in 7th grade. One day I just thought, like, why don't I create my own squishy? And although it may have seemed like a little difficult at that time, especially because I was super busy, I knew that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. So I just went for it. And that summer after freshman year, I grinded, I researched how to start a company, contacted various suppliers, and started brainstorming different squishy designs. And it was just the idea of mixing this passion, this obsession for squishies with this passion for entrepreneurship as well.
That's amazing. And then kind of a select question is to take a step back. What exactly is a squishy?
Yeah, so a squishy is like a cute foam toy that you can squish, but it will always rise back to its original form.
And it sounds like you started this or you got interested in squishies back in 7th grade, right?
Yeah, so my friend introduced them to me in the back of our history classroom. And I remember my first squish, I was super obsessed. It was so satisfying, and I love the cute designs. We would just obsess over like the squishy websites and everything.
That is really cool. So then how did you get Moodle started? What was that like?
Yeah, so I started brainstorming this summer after freshman year of high school. It was like a really long process actually. So I had to research how to start a company. I had to contact squishy suppliers, and I had to basically do everything myself. And I was like really uncertain, really confused at that time. But in terms of embarking on the design process with my manufacturer, that part was definitely really exciting. It took many months, and we had to go through this really long process of revisions, but it was cool how a sketch could be turned into a finalized product. So we had to go through the digital designs, clay models, prototypes, everything. I remember one morning I rushed out of bed to check pictures of our first prototypes, and when I saw them, I went through like the 5 stages of grief in a span of a few minutes, just because they were so bad. But it all worked out because I contacted them, I let them know that the facial dimensions were completely off, and they told me they would reconstruct the entire mold. So after I received the prototype in the mail, I was super happy with everything, and we just continued off from there. In terms of building the company, I guess social media marketing was really exciting, as well as just working with influencers as well as a squishy shop to help promote. It's like having others review and seeing them getting excited over your product, and just like all the interactions. And with the event, it was a great opportunity not only to promote, but to get to meet new people, and just have like social interactions.
That's amazing. And I'm sure getting a business started off the ground is no easy feat. So what were some of the challenges that you encountered, and what did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, so my biggest challenge was that the squishy market did start declining at one point. So I did look for other avenues to sell, also just for more life experiences, and the entire journey itself was extremely valuable. For instance, I sold at 2 local fairs, just like standing for 7 hours straight selling. I sold door to door for an entire summer in high school. I even sold to llama farms. I didn't even know they existed, but I spent so many hours emailing and calling owners. Like it was pretty crazy, and it was a really humbling experience just to talk to so many people and just like with all those interactions. And from the process, I learned that there's basically a solution to anything. Even if you feel like you're stuck, just keep your mind open to all the various possibilities. And even if the solution is like not in the path that you originally intended, and every experience is a learning opportunity as long as you view it as one. So even in the tiny things, there's like an opportunity to improve. I'm going like really off topic, but in terms of like studying for SATs, it was an opportunity to improve my test taking skills. But more than that, it was an opportunity to learn. With every single reading passage, you could gain some more information. And that's how I encourage myself to work hard and not zone out as much during studying.
I honestly love that. And I can already hear from you sharing your experiences, reaching out to llama farms, standing for 7 hours just to sell your squishies. That is very challenging, but I just love that sort of self-starter entrepreneurial mindset that you already have. And it sounds like you've already learned a lot from this one experience, and you were able to apply it to other areas in your life, like with SATs, and I'm sure whatever future business you decide to start moving on. So I just wanted to call out and emphasize how you were able to take one particular experience, derive a lot of meaning and lessons from that, and then apply it to other areas and hopefully in your future. So I love that. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So one question I do have is, I'm sure among all the viewers that are watching this, what advice do you have for other high school students who are interested in starting something of their own?
So definitely pursue your passions, definitely dream big, know that your potential is boundless and that there's no limits to what you can or cannot do. Most times these limits are just mental constructions, and we may have to go beyond these boundaries that we've set for ourselves. So definitely pursue your dreams and like fulfill your purpose in life, because we only have one life to live and one chance to make the most of it. But at the same time, understand your priorities. And this definitely depends on like the scenario you're in. For instance, although YouTube is a huge part of like fulfilling my purpose right now, and I'm definitely working on it, college applications are a huge part of my life at this stage. And I just have to learn how to balance everything properly. So it's like I have to work really hard on my essays, but at the same time, I do post some YouTube videos. And after college, after this priority has shifted, I'll definitely be dedicating a lot more time to YouTube and my other activities.
That makes sense. And I love how throughout your work, you're emphasizing quality over quantity, because I know that's a really easy trap to fall into, but I love how you know, I'm going to focus my time on college applications and essays, get that to the highest quality, or I don't know, level of polishedness that you can get, and then transition your focus elsewhere. So now it sounds like you're in the process of applying to colleges, and as you mentioned, the squishy market is declining. So what are you up to now, and what ideas do you have for whatever you're going to start next?
Yeah, so I'm actually launching a company with, well, I launched a company in summer through launchx with my team, and it's basically like even a passion project somewhat. It's called Fudge It, Skip the Chit Chat. Our purpose is to enable high schoolers to meet new people virtually and engage in deep and meaningful conversation. So we're holding an event with my high school this Wednesday, which is definitely really exciting. And thinking about it, deep conversations and just like reflecting upon my life with a friend has really helped shape my purpose and my worldview. And I hope that we can bring these deep connections to those around me so they can like discover themselves further, find more meaning in their lives. So I hope that we can actually make an impact with Fudge It.
That's amazing. And can you tell me about what launchx is, in case if people haven't heard of it before?
Yeah, so it's a 6-week intensive summer program in which high schoolers get together and you start your own companies. A lot of people in launchx, they're really ambitious with what they're starting. And sometimes this is absolutely amazing. You're super passionate about this project, but at the same time, sometimes it's too ambitious because you're trying to fulfill this standard set by everyone else around you. So that's why a lot of the times companies, they like don't continue after launchx. So for us, we're trying to just keep it going. Like on a smaller scale and just holding these events, hosting these events, and having fun with that. I also want to go back to your previous point about setting priorities. I think that was a really good point. It's like you can't balance too many things at once. Okay, I know some like incredible people who are balancing a ton on their plate and they're doing incredible things with every single one of them. So I just want to refer back to your previous point about how you should balance out everything, and you shouldn't take on too many priorities or else it may get really hard to control or out of hand. Like for me, I know that there are a lot of people who can do these incredible things with all these opportunities and balance a heck ton on their plate and like do amazing through it all. But for me personally, I can't like balance all of this stuff and like maximize quality and everything. So I have had to reject some like amazing opportunities, join some teams, and it was like a really hard choice to make. But in the end, you know, it is the right decision just because you get so much more quality out of it. Like with college apps and YouTube, it's like I can dedicate all my time to it, and I know that the results is worth it.
I think that's an excellent point. And I also just love how, honestly, you're so mature for being a senior in high school. And I know it makes me really old sounding that, but I honestly like say it from a place of like respect and admiration. I wish I knew that when I was in high school, but I'm just really glad that you're sharing your learnings and message right now to sort of give back to the community, which I love.
Yeah, thank you so much.
For any viewers who would like to get involved in Fudget, how can they do that?
Yeah, so we're currently mostly working with my high school to host events, but in the near future, we'll definitely be hosting more public events for everyone to join. And these events, you'll basically be put into breakout rooms with another partner. For some of them, you're actually matched based on personality types and interests. So it's a great chance to meet someone new. And in these events, we'll send out like deep questions like, what's your purpose in life? How do you find meaning? All of that. And you get to really discover yourself and just engage in more meaningful and genuine conversation. It's basically going beyond the surface level connections prevalent in today's society.
I love that. And I also love how it kind of pushes against a little bit of the, I don't know, like sort of surface level meeting in a lot of social media right now. And I love the sort of push back against that in terms of building meaningful connections and asking those deep questions. I will grab information from you and link your new venture in the description. So for anyone who wants to check that out, go take a look and maybe perhaps there's an opportunity for you to get involved as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Could I also bring up some points about college applications?
Yeah, I would love for you to share that information. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I am a senior struggling through this entire process, and just some like advice in general. So in terms of writing your essays, you should always try to be genuinely yourself no matter what. Don't try to construct this perfect image of yourself because like the college admissions process, they can see right through that. And what helped me, sorry, what helped me a lot through this process as well was just typing down all my thoughts, like unfiltered, completely ranting. And although it may seem like what you're writing down isn't that great, in the end, like some of it is actually some quality material just because it came like from your heart or like it was really genuine. And I know you have a lot more to say on this, but these are just some small wins that I picked up.
Yeah, no, I love that idea, especially with just getting your thoughts out there and to the point of being genuine. Yes, exactly. I know that it's very tempting for many students to think about what would admission officers want to see in my application and then start writing an essay based on that. But that's not really the best way to write your application because chances are other students are thinking about that. And two, it's not that genuine. So I love how you talked about coming up with thoughts that you may have had throughout high school, lessons you've learned and experiences, and that should serve as the basis or inspiration for your college essays.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have worded it better myself.
Awesome. Well, any last thoughts you would like to share with my viewers? I want to make sure I'm able to capture everything here.
I guess like just in the end, know that you're capable of doing anything. If you're hesitating and doubting whether or not you're capable of like pursuing this dream of yours or going after this goal, just know that, like, again, the only limits are the ones you set for yourself, and you can definitely go beyond like any dreams and just do incredible things with your life as long as you believe you can. So yeah.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Maggie. And one thing I did forget to mention is we are actually filming another collab video on Maggie's channel. So after you finish watching this one, check out the video on Maggie's channel. I will also link that in the description and hopefully up in the corner as well.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Yeah. In our video, Kristen's going to be answering some deep questions, and I'm super excited. We're just going to engage in some meaningful conversation.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maggie, and I'll see you guys again.
Thank you so much.